All right, 357 SIG versus 357 Magnum Xtreme Penetrators. So we have a 115 grain Xtreme Penetrator for our 357 SIG and a 140 grain for our 357 Magnum. Interesting design here. It's like a perfect plus symbol. Quite a bit different than our Xtreme Defender, which is also lighter, but the Xtreme Defender has more of like a sharp star pattern, kind of like a blender that will pull stuff in. This is more of like a flat point round that's going to be just cut away, basically. So 115 grain, and our 357 Magnum is a 140 grain, slightly different design. Instead of just a solid plus sign, it's indented in the middle just a little bit there. So I'm going to see what we get through our ballistic pack. That's a big dangerous game animal, and I'm going to do like flat point 40 to compare it to, because flat point 40 actually penetrated the best I've basically ever seen in my ballistic test. So that'll be interesting. So we have our 5-inch barrel M&P conversion, our 4-inch barrel Smith & Wesson revolver. We're going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy I get at the same time. And here's my big dangerous game ballistic pack. We have a thick layer of carpet followed by 6 inches of clear ballistics, followed by a 1/2 inch medium density fiberboard, into more clear ballistics, and this is what some users requested, another 1/2 inch piece of medium density fiberboard, which is actually 2 1/4 inch together, another 16 inches of clear ballistics. I have a 3A fiberglass body armor plate here to stop these rounds if they go too far, and maybe or maybe not, I'll think about it while I'm doing this test, I'll shoot this and to see if those penetrators will go through it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to shoot from a little distance at my full-size steel silhouette to see what kind of practical accuracy I can get. So let's get started with this test. All right, by the way, our 357 Magnum is rated at 1550 feet per second, and our 357 SIG is rated at 1450 feet per second. So I'm about 7 yards from the target, because I feel like these solid copper rounds read a little bit better from that distance. So 357 Mag. I adjusted my sights last night because I continue to have some off-sight issues. So I'm just going to go single action, see what kind of accuracy I can get. So let's see how close we get to that 1550 feet per second. 1321. 1329. 1337. 1324. 1315, not a bad 7-round group. So 357 SIG, rated at 1450 feet per second. Let's see what this will give us. 1503. 1490. 1491. 1490. 1462, and you know, those 2 shots I pulled, I actually was kind of trying to do that because I wanted to see, am I actually hitting through that same hole? Yeah. So these are both really accurate rounds for these particular guns. So let's hit our dangerous game big ballistic pack here and see what we get. All right, first up we have our 40 Smith & Wesson kind of as our control round, 155 grain full metal jacket flat point. Seems to penetrate really well, so let's see what this will do. Let's go take a look. All right, so that provided some really good resistance there, enough to stop that bullet in the second block. Very good penetrator to go through a full inch of that MDF. And we're looking still at about 30.5 inches. That's quite good. Let's try our 357 Magnum now. All right, 357 Mag. Let me run a couple of these through here. Let's go take a look. All right, so very interesting. We have a little bit different results. The one scraped along the bottom here. It's just laying there on the bottom of the shelf. And our penetration on that one is right at about 28.5 inches. But our other one here, we're at 19.25 inches, so different. So that second one actually, did it go through our MDF? So yeah, it did not go through it. It scooted under the bottom here. So that's why we have a lot more penetration there. So I'm still going to take those results. You know, I'd still call those valid results. Not bad. So let's try our 357 SIG now. All right, 357 SIG. Let me do a couple shots with this. Take a look. So that moved it, and it's kind of a weird, interesting thing. We're doing the same thing here with both of these, except I don't know where that other 357 SIG went. One of our 357 SIGs is stopped against this MDF there. The other one is, I couldn't tell you where that went. And here's our 357 mag bullet here. Now this is our 357 SIG. I can tell by the bullet nose. So I don't know where that other 357 Magnum must have just scooted out, and it kind of landed in the same position. So right about there, right at about 25.5 inches, went underneath the MDF without hitting it. And the one up here actually stopped against that MDF. So interesting there. This whole thing's been broken apart now. Pretty impressive there. So let me hit that body armor plate and we'll just see what we get. I just want to show these bullets up here real quick. 40 FMJ actually has no deformation that I can tell. There's one of our 357 SIGs here. No deformation at all. And I can just about tell you there's not going to be any deformation on that one either. It just went right through all of them. So I would say it's kind of hard to say which one did better. So let me hit that body armor plate here, and here it is. This is the front side. I believe that's a 38 and a 380, or the other way around. I stopped a couple years ago, but other than that, I've never hit this with anything. So let's see what we get. All right, I'm probably about 12 yards from that plate. 357 mag. Let's see what this will do. Let's go take a look at that. I don't see any impacts in this gel block here. Yeah, this is definitely where we impacted, and it stopped it. Try a 357 SIG. All right, 357 SIG. See what this will do. I hit it pretty hard. Let's go take a look. All right, so we hit kind of low here. And again, it did stop it. Right here, bulged out the back here. This is a pretty hard 3A plate. Haven't got anything to go through that yet. So let's shoot from, I'm gonna do 75 yards and just see what I can get with these. All right, 357 Magnum, 75 yards, Xtreme Penetrator. Very accurate at 7 yards, so hopefully we can keep on with that good accuracy at this distance. So let's see what I can get. They're impacting a little bit high. Let me go single action. And a little low. I'm trying to keep an eye on where they're hitting, and I'm just not seeing, so something's off at this distance. Okay, I aimed low, like 6 inches low, and they hit like 3 feet low. So let me just try to aim a little bit high. They're hitting a little bit to the right for me. Interesting. Let me aim a little left. You would think with that 7-yard accuracy I would do a lot better with this, but for whatever reason I just can't hit that target with that. So 357 SIG, let's see how this gun shoots it. Alright, anytime that I missed, that was on me. I could feel myself kind of pulling the gun a little bit high. And it's hard to see the impacts at that distance. That's another thing. Even when I hit, the paint on that just does not rip off the way a flattening bullet does. So overall, I'm going to say between the two of these, 357 SIG definitely did better. It seemed like it bowed out that body armor a little bit more. It went a little bit deeper in our ballistic tests, and it was more accurate with less recoil. However, at close range, we saw that 357 mag at that distance had incredible accuracy. So I really don't think you could go wrong with either of these, to be honest. They both perform similarly. You know, they're very high quality rounds of ammo, and one thing that I do like to show with high powered ammo, Underwood uses a special nickel plated stuff. So like Buffalo Bore, a lot of times you can't get the stuff out, but Underwood's really good ejection of their cases, very clean burning powders as well. So it's actually pretty good ammo for the 357 mag as well. So that's what you get today. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.